No, we can't hear you. No, I can't hear you. No, we can't hear you. No. Hello? Uh, hello? Can you hear? We can't hear you. American streamers are not safe in Japan. Well, you're not safe because you guys are doing ridiculous shit.
Americans being attacked in Japan because
they're being attacked,
causing too much disturbances.
Causing too much disturbances.
Honest, like I think this is. It's always like. Let's watch this real quick.
Oh my God, he's coming back. Okay.
Come on, Japan. Like, is this how it is?
What the fuck? What are you doing? Yo, what the fuck? Yo, I'm getting attacked.
I'm gonna be real. Every time I see something like this and somebody starts recording and the other person's already mad. Interesting. I'm sure nothing happened beforehand. I'm sure this is totally random. Like, I'm sure this guy was just minding his own business. Wasn't doing anything possibly that could be obnoxious or rude or problematic. There's no way, right? I mean, there's no way that could be happening.
I'm getting attacked.
Bro, this is crazy, bro.
Here's the bottle. What the fuck? He's coming with the bottle.
Why are you touching me?
Yo, stop.
Hold on. Not me. Okay. Dude,
Damn.
not me. Yalla.
Holy shit.
Okay. Bro, leave me alone. Alright, bro, leave me alone, bro. Okay. Okay. Yamete. Hi.
Take that fool down.
So, like, by the way, I mean, like, I'm sure Japan has crazy drunk assholes. Like, I bet you go to China, there's going to be crazy drunk assholes. You go to Russia, there's going to be crazy.
Of course, there's gonna be crazy drunk assholes, but this motherfucker should have just got taken down. I would have took his ass down fast. Come at me with a fucking bottle. Tripping.
Drunk assholes. You go to fucking Germany, there's going to be crazy drunk assholes. Like, I really, because I mean, he's got an empty, like, isn't that a bottle of Jägermeister? I think I'm not sure actually. Like, I'm not a big alcohol drinker, but yeah, it's something like that. The soju? Oh, it's something else different. It looks kind of like that, like one of the bottles here. But anyway, so, but it's not. It's not. We all in agreement. It's not a bottle of water, right?
Okay. No more. Yo, dude, I'm not doing nothing. Stop, please.
Damn.
Why are you doing that? Ow! Dude, stop. Yamete. Okay. No me.
I want to fight back.
Nani. Hey.
Dude, he's getting attacked. He's getting attacked.
Back me up.
Stop!
Stop. Yamete.
Dude, we're getting attacked.
No, that's right. No me. No problem. No me.
I remember this happened to me in Kingdom Come Deliverance, bro. Like, this shit was so annoying. I lost like 20 minutes of progress.
No me. Stop. Yamete. I'm in there. Stop. Yeah. No, me. No, stop. I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing.
We go home.
Right there.
Home.
Right there.
Stop.
Jesus Christ.
I'm right there. I'm right there.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Right there.
Yeah.
Attack me.
Dude, call the police. Stop, Father.
Help me.
Stop.
I got some more. Please.
Dude,
Help me.
dude.
Help me. I'm getting attacked.
Yeah. Dude, please. Dude, get me out of here, bro.
Look at this chat.
Dude. Bro.
I gotta say that this guy from the video that's being shown, this guy absolutely is the victim, and he didn't deserve to have that happen, or neither did his friend, right? Like, that Japanese guy was 100% aggressive, and there's no reason to act that way towards somebody. But, like, I mean, anybody could see that. It's common sense, right? But I just can't believe something like this, because if this was a live stream, it would mean that they were alive before this happened. So why are we only beginning the interaction when these people are becoming violent? How do we know that something didn't happen beforehand that was an escalation that led to that? You see what I'm saying? What happened before that? I did. And so, like, I'm not act stupid, win stupid prizes. Autismo Danino. All roads, bro. What is it? How many years now? It's been almost 10 years. You know, I saw Ice has still been streaming. He had some weird thing happen with his girlfriend, man. I don't know if he's still in Austin. I haven't talked to Ice since, you know, I always had a lot of respect for Ice Poseidon in a lot of ways, but, like, he did that crypto thing. I thought that shit was weird. Like, it was weird because, like, aside from that, like, I thought, yeah, Ice did some bad stuff. Yeah, for sure. But, like, that was some weird shit. He's in Japan? Yeah. This person harassed a woman in a bar before the attack.
What?
Dude,
We're
I don't
gonna
know
get
where
to
he
it.
is, bro. I'm sorry, I gotta defend myself, bro. I don't know where he
Yeah.
is, bro. My shit's broken.
Yeah.
Dude, I really don't know. Dude,
I don't know.
I'm bleeding right now. Dude, he was actually
I'm unsure about all that.
We're gonna just skip ahead a bit. Yeah, it sucks, bro.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so where's the context for this? Why were they running from that skinny kid, bro? Yeah, let's find out why. There's no context for this. All right. Apparently there is a context. So this is a Japanese person. I'm gonna read this guy's comment, and then we're gonna look at the other context as well, right? And so, as a Japanese person, let me explain. Many foreign kick streamers. This is a. I think that at this point, is kick streamer a racial slur? It's getting close, right?
It's kick streamer.
Have gathered in Japan, and a significant number of
Kick
them are causing
streamer,
trouble for
a
Japanese
racial
people,
slur.
which has become major news in Japan. And I think also Korea too. There have been incidents such as throwing snowballs.
The
at
name
Japanese people's
kick
faces
streamer
at the
is
snow
essentially
festival.
a racial slur.
What? Specifically at a staff member preparing for the event,
Because
causing one person to
they're
bleed from the
generally
mouth,
mean,
threatening taxi
fucked up people.
drivers, shoving Japanese pedestrians, and even urinating inside of hotel rooms. Videos of these actions have been circulating, and many Japanese people are furious. Rightfully so. This particular person may not have done anything, but foreign streamers, regardless of who they are being targeted. And especially in Hokkaido, a region where it snows, there are many kick streamers. If you don't want to be attacked, it's best to stop streaming in Hokkaido. I don't think that's fair, by the way, but apparently that's not what happened. So, like, this is not even apparently what happened. But, okay, let's move on. There's another video of a German couple giving a stern warning to a kick streamer who threw a snowball at a Japanese person, and it was also praised in Japan. It was cool. Yeah, that's because this isn't like... This is so weird. Who does this? To make a slight correction, this man forcibly attempted to forcibly take out a Japanese woman who was resisting, which angered Japanese patrons. It appears that the bar was a popular gathering spot for young Japanese individuals. Keep it up. Japan isn't a doormat.
Kamala Harris came into office. They started their administration. Kamala Harris came into office making promises, and she kept those promises to open the American southern border. They stopped deportations on day one. They stopped construction of the border wall on day one. We see the border wall sitting here, ready to be completed behind us, and that can't happen because of Kamala Harris's administration. They reinstated catch and release, and they stopped remain in Mexico. So all of these asylum claimants who come to our border, they can now get released into our country because they're not forced to stay in Mexico while we adjudicate their asylum claims. And we have to remember that as terrible and idiotic as these policies were, they cause real human beings to suffer. A lot of you know my story, and I have been a little kid waiting at the bedside of his mother, angry that his mom took something that she shouldn't have taken, but praying to God, please, Jesus, let her wake up. And the unfortunate truth is because of the poison that Kamala Harris has let come into this country, there are a lot of those prayers that won't be answered. There are a lot of parents that won't wake up because when you take fentanyl, you don't wake up. It takes your life. So there are a lot of kids out there who have been deprived of second chances with their moms and dads. There are a lot of moms and dads out there who will never see their kids walk down the aisle because of what Kamala Harris has unleashed at this border. They started
I'll watch XQC reaction to it.
The like ranges I can confirm are like 1 to 20 million.
Wow.
Anything beyond that, I'm like, I've seen certain headlines, but I cannot confirm.
Yeah, there was a headline about XQC getting $100 million.
Yeah, but I've heard different things behind the scenes. You also don't know, oh, is part of that 100 million like equity?
Bro, I think they're still pushing that. Man, I honestly, I don't really get it that much. I don't get it much. It is what it is.
Is it
I think true. I'm not sure what he said, but true.
paid in different ways? Was it actually 100, or was it just a headline that makes everybody look good so nobody refutes it? I really cannot confirm or deny.
But you can confirm you've seen between $1 and $20 million of those exclusive contracts.
Which is freaking insane. And also, I'm talking about contracts.
So basically, what you're saying is that the Ninja 40 mil is also fake then. Surely, right? Because
It
Ninja
was never stated 40 million.
was at what, 40 mil, I think, or 30? So I'm guessing
was
that
a
it's
leak.
also fake. He probably had some equity or some peanuts. What did he have? What else? What did he have? Oh, because if 20 mil is the bar, and you never heard about 40 mil, I thought everybody heard 30 mil, no?
That get renewed maybe once, maybe twice.
Whoa.
So like additive.
Yeah, those were incredible.
I'm just saying. She's something behind the scenes. I am just wondering what that is. Like, what does behind the scenes mean? Eddie is extremely. He's very under wraps, very behind the scenes. The guy doesn't talk to anybody. The contract was between me, my agent, and Eddie, right? My agents decided to leak it after some big fucking press release or some shit like that. I don't know what they did, but they did it anyway. Shit got leaked through the cracks or whatever, right? There's no, but like, it's kind of hard. Well, I'm just saying, it's kind of hard. It's kind of crazy that like the system is like this: me, agency, Eddie, working like this. Then
It's the Illuminati, by the way.
agency, like leaks information, and then that's what the people know, right? That's people. That's how the information went. I'm just confused on how like Pokimane over here heard something behind the scenes. Like that's different. Like who is like the behind the scenes? Like who is any of these people? I don't get it. Who is saying what? It's kind of it's just.
I think people talk, a lot of people talk, but it's hard to know who's right and who's not, and who's making up bullshit and who's not making up bullshit. That's what I think it really is. But I think that a lot of them made a lot of money. It makes sense. Of course they did.
It's common language. People say behind the scenes. What they mean is, oh, you mean it's the exact opposite. It's the some of the public was saying, oh, dude, maybe it's equity, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, and people will say some things, and then that's behind the scenes talk, bro. That's not like some. I'm just saying that's not like some scientific like infiltrator data mining or something like that.
XQC is right that it's a rumor. She's basically repeating a rumor. She probably doesn't actually know.
Bro, that's literally like public speculation.
Yeah.
Don't say that public speculation is behind the scenes talk. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, am I crazy?
How do you understand them?
Who says that?
It is what it is.
Watch. I'm sure like to be a part of that was pretty amazing.
And I feel like I lucked out so much. I remember when I got an offer from Twitch or even YouTube, I was like, you guys are gonna pay me more to do what I was gonna do anyways?
You're like, I like this stuff, right? Like, I like what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's
I
crazy.
felt so lucky, and also because it's something that really only happens in an industry at a specific time and period of growth in that industry.
It'll happen again. People said it wouldn't happen again after the Mixer thing, then it happened again. The reason why I didn't take the deals myself is because they wanted me to run a bunch of ads, and I didn't want to run a bunch of ads. Like, that's the only real reason I didn't take the deal. Like, it's just annoying. I didn't think it'd be good for my brand. It'd be, like, because, like, I look at my career as something that I'm going to be doing in 30 years. So, like, why would I make a decision now to do something that could negatively affect me and my trajectory for, like, the next 10 years? It's that simple. That's the way I see it. Now, everybody's going to have their own, like, not everybody wants to do what I want to do. and probably 30 years is inaccurate, probably 50, right? Unless somebody shoots me or something like that, or I like have a heart attack. Yeah, I'll always be doing it. So there's not really going to be a reason for me to stop. So yeah, of course, stream at 84. Yeah, if I could, for sure.
Are we going to keep seeing exclusive Spotify deals? Probably not.
No.
Yeah.
Just like we're not really seeing more exclusive streaming deals. So I was just like, God damn, I lucked out.
I know what these people want. Like, do they want like some official like bank stamped like wire like pay slip or something like that? Do they want like a monthly pay slip? I mean, that's whatever. I mean, people already know how much it is like for the 2 years, whatever. I mean, what do I have to show pay slip and then what?
Then I just say it's
I
fake.
want some guarantee that if I show a pay slip, then
fake.
this fucking misinformation like bullshit stops. That's all I want. That's all I want. Because one pay slip, and then
I think here's the reality. I don't think XQC should be. I feel like he's kind of like insecure about people downplaying his success. I feel like XQC had like an insane, like I remember from like I would say like 2019 to like 2023, especially when he went to Kick. Like the reason you have to keep in mind, like the reason why XQC got paid all that money to go to Kick and why it was such a big deal is because he was the biggest streamer on the platform. And it was not even close, right? Especially for like the amount of hours that he streamed. Like I would get like close to about the same amount of viewers that he would in a lot of cases, but the difference is that he would stream 4 times as much as I did, and he had a much more dedicated community, and so he brought over all of those people to Kick. And I think that out of all the people that Kick invested in, XQC was probably the best investment. He was.
And we saw the dog should have that.
Yeah.
Well, they will move the goalpost because last time. I quite literally said I will sign any NDA to anybody that's a big creator.
He did
if
say
they want
that.
to report on it,
XQC did say this.
I will show them the part.
So what he actually said, I remember the context about this, is that I think he was actually even accused by Pokimane before. I don't remember this, so maybe not. But he was accused by somebody, I believe it was her, that in his contract to go to Kick, that it required him to gamble. And he said that if you sign an NDA, you can tell people whether that's true or not, and I'll let you read the contract yourself. So he said that.
Deal that they want to see, right? So they see that there's 1, no equity, and 2, no gambling. I will, any big streamer that wants to sign an NDA, I will NDA them into the contract so that they can see the parts and allow them to report legally those 2 parts. Why NDA? Because I mean, I don't want them to like the whole fucking thing. Like what?
Yeah.
Brother, can I be honest with you? I think she speaks a lot about deals, and I actually
you know
challenge
what the worst
her.
thing about this is?
I hope. What about?
Is that this isn't
what about
the same
if Pokimane
video?
does this?
Hello,
How about
Council.
you leak the deal that you
Remember
had?
me from last week? Oh, you don't remember me?
She was the one that was wearing the glitter on her face that was orange. And that she had like the same beard pattern that I did, kind of. I do remember you. How could I possibly forget?
Me from last week? Could it be because gender is a construct? I'm Anna. Been a Worcester resident for 24 years.
All right, I'll be right back. Yeah. You click live. What do you mean? Make a title. You can't. You can only go through a PC. You have to use the app, and you have to use your phone.
Years. Tonight, I'm coming to you as Laddie LaRouge, otherwise known as Lady LaRouge. Tonight, I'm Laddie. When I'm in drag, I use he, they pronouns.
Okay.
And I am a proud and loud queer artist in the city. I am a local burlesque and drag performer, producer, educator, and historian. And I'd like to ask the council and Mayor Petty why you've ghosted us, left us on red, have not responded to our emails asking for a formal apology.
What the hell doing?
Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Why could that possibly have happened? Who could have guessed?
Both to Councillor Nguyen and the whole queer community. Because by not doing so, you're sending a message not only to your constituents, but to the queer community as a whole and every visitor that comes to the city that I used to be proud to call home. Not so.
Can somebody tell me, like, I don't know, maybe I'm starting drama. What's the difference between gay and queer? I think queer is a construct, not sure. Social politics, depiction of sexuality that rejects normative definitions of appropriate feminine and masculine sexual behavior. More contemporary meanings of queer have been picked up and used by activists and academics to mark movements within sexual identity politics, theoretical. Queer, however, is a contested term. Scholars and activists constantly disagree on what it means and how it should be used. Yeah, because like back whenever I was growing up, queer was almost like a pejorative, borderline slur that people would use towards being gay. And then I started seeing them using the word, and I'm thinking to myself, wait, what? Don't overthink it. But you can see what I'm saying, right? It's confusing.
So much this past few weeks. Worcester is home to world-renowned stages, the Hanover Theater, Tuckerman Hall, Mechanics Hall, who host touring artists from around the world. I know if I were a trans or non-binary actor on a Broadway tour who's coming to this city this year, I would not feel safe coming to Worcester.
Uh-oh.
With the rhetoric that's been allowed to fly in these chambers, I wouldn't feel safe. We need a public apology now.
Wow.
Get on it. Speaking of getting on it, I'd like to speak in support of item 8I that you, council, request that you, city manager Batista, commit and act on creating an LGBTI coalition and task force to address issues of queerphobia, specifically transophobia, as you like to say, Joe Petty. And
so they want the government to like set up a new coalition just to advocate for like what they want. I mean, I feel like that's definitely not like a task force. What is this, like SEAL Team 6? Like, what is this? This is crazy. Like, how do these people do this and not realize how alienating this is to average people? Like, I really feel like this is it's. I think the biggest shock to me with looking at something like this is the fact that people that do it seem to have no self-awareness of how alienating it is.
Any other biphobias, xenophobias, and other bigotry that have been displayed by members of this cabinet. My ask is that this task force addresses the discrimination and issues in this council first and then expands to the greater Worcester community. Speaking of, I'd also like to support item 8J, asking for...
So this is how we got all those extra government employees, is people like this, not necessarily gay people, but people that we need a task force for everything. You need to have more people and expand the space. You know what? I bet if you do this for 40 years, you have the situation that we have. Yep. It's a Karen government.
$500,000 in funding to go to the queer community via a Queer and Trans Alliance Fund dedicated to addressing the needs of the LGBTQIA community. Here's a tip. Open your ear. Here's a tip. Open.
Damn, someone blew up the chat. What up?
Is this like, I think about like Pokemon, right?
Yeah, hold on.
I think about like, is the next evolution of this
Okay, that's it.
like one of these people that has an absolute fucking meltdown at Starbucks over like the spelling of their
Did it
name
work?
on the cup? Like, I feel like that's the next evolution of this person.
Hey, Red. How you doing, bro?
LGBTQIA community. Here's a tip. Open your ears. Here's a tip. Open your ears and listen. Stop talking over me, Joe. And apply the notes that we're giving you. Once again, I'll thank you when you make a formal apology.
Okay.
It is really, this has to be satire, right? Oh my god, bro.
That's insane. Talking about insanity. You kind of remind me of that's insane. Queso, maybe? Queso. Who the fuck's queso? You kind of remind me of
A Game Award hosts say Elon and Trump to resounding applause and cheers. Okay, what's this?
My favorite games, Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred is
Well, you know this guy's retarded.
nominated for Online
I
Game
will
of
be
the
touring
Year.
every.
Wow.
Get your hands together.
I will be touring
Thank you,
every.
Rod. Of course.
Existed here for all those years.
Why is
the
it that
building
we
has
can
been
meme on
completely
Jeb
removed,
Bush for saying
leaving
please
little
clap,
to no trace
but
of it
get
ever
your hands
being
together
here. The only thing
because not enough people were clapping
okay.
isn't the same thing?
That is a game that takes real skill.
who's that? Who's the link to?
Flatter everyone here, but if I know one thing about this audience is that none of you had to pay someone to play Diablo for you.
It's hard to level up your own characters when you're dismantling democracy.
I feel like we're in good company here, but just in case for the people online.
I mean, I guess this doesn't really matter, right? But like, if it did matter, he bought things in Diablo 4, but it seemed like he played his own character in Diablo 4.
This is Cassia.
Whereas in PoE, he bought things in PoE and he didn't play his own character. I mean, proof? Well, this is what the evidence is showing.
If you get mad at that joke, it's
An
Greg
invalid link.
Miller. G-R-E-G.
M-I-L-L-E-R. Fuck Elon Musk and fuck Donald Trump.
Man. Okay, let's watch.
Yeah, and on top of that, GameStop shut down Game Informer.
And that one really hurt. I can't believe that. Of course, Game Informer was the best part of GameStop.
Matt, come here.
Okay, we're gonna watch this.
Get
and
over
just
here,
see
Matt.
what like, I want to watch the entire thing because I actually think the entire thing is going to be even more cringe
Lay
than
down.
just that clip.
Why you gotta bark at everything?
Okay. Sit down.
Man.
Thank you. I didn't want to yell, but you made me. Now this is how the night will be run. You will listen to us and only us. Stella, take it away.
Never had this much power before, but welcome to the 2025 DICE Awards. I'm Stella Chung.
I'm Greg Miller.
I guess I can.
You know, Greg, I think we're the last people left
Yeah, bro,
from
that
Jobs
link
Games
was broken.
Media.
I don't know who
That is
is.
correct. It is
We'll do our best to correct that. Don't worry.
very bleak out there, but how are you doing with that?
You know, I'm actually doing okay. It was a little bit of a long January, but it feels like the first time I moved out of my parents' house. And, you know, it's good to feel independent.
Okay, I see who he is.
You know, if you wanted to, Stella, now that
I
you're a
guess.
free agent and you're out there, you could come work with us at Kind of Funny.
I mean this with my whole
guess.
heart.
This guy works at a place called Kinda Funny. Yeah, it's kind of funny.
I am not that desperate.
Oh, God.
Thank you.
Whoa.
All right, Next year, when you're still unemployed, we'll see what's.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
No, it's not going to be 3 hours of this. It's just a very short segment where they're speaking. It's like it's like 10 minutes.
Well, before we get
If you
started,
guys really thought that I was going to make you sit through 3 hours of this dog shit, you're absolutely out of your mind. Even IGN couldn't make people do it.
I wanted to ask everyone here to give yourselves a round of applause.
For what?
If you are in this room right now, that means you were responsible for creating some of our newest, best games of all time.
Oh, really?
Okay, now everything makes sense. So, a lot of the people that are here are basically just game developers, and this is an industry event where they get together and give each other awards. Okay. Well, now, all right. So basically, they set up a circle jerk event for themselves so they can give each other awards for the games that are popular in the corporate world, but nobody actually gives a shit about.
Right.
Okay, great. It's literally a circle. Yeah, great. This is what a subreddit
circle jerk
looks like in real life.
Yeah, or you may have just gotten lost in the casino and felt like you walked into a fancy Doctor Who convention.
Yes, if you are in fact a normal person, these are people who make video games. And no, none of us can get your nephew free V-Bucks.
No. If this is your first time at the DICE Awards, let us explain it to you.
Of course, it is basically the same as the Game Awards, except instead of Muppets like Statler and Waldorf, we have hundreds of disgruntled white guys.
So this is the guy that runs the place called Kinda Funny. Oh man.
Really now?
Oh man, we're gonna have to sit there. Yep, there we go. Oh god.
Just in case, before anyone online gets mad, please note that it was Greg Miller that made that joke. So that's GREGMIL.
They got it, Sarah. Don't worry about it. They're well aware of me online. Of course, we know you're excited for the awards part of our awards show.
Yeah, so that's why the producers have asked us to keep the show tight this year.
And they mean as short as possible.
Ooh, kind of like the amount of time Concord existed.
I don't know what that is.
And the show is over. We'll see you next year. It was a sad thing, but trust me, if you thought that was the worst joke of the night, strap in.
I have a feeling that that's the first thing that is kind of funny, because I can guarantee you that he will have jokes that are even worse than that. I can totally expect that. I believe you.
Yeah, I am honestly a little in awe of this audience. There are some very powerful executives in the game industry here tonight.
And to all of you, let me be the first to say,
I think that it's very illuminating, the problem with video games when you have a event here for the industry where there's a bunch of gaming executives at, and it's just a non-stop barrage of weird social messaging, political posturing, virtue signaling, and reverse quote, basically just racism.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really think that this is the kind of thing that you watch and you're like, every one of my bad opinions is actually accurate and I was right. It is. I wonder if they're going to give Dragon Age Veilguard an award.
Oh yeah, they would.
firing people.
Why? Why wouldn't you? You're not doing a good job to get fired.
We would love to keep it positive here, but you're making it really hard.
Like Nightmare.
I can think of two people that probably will be fired. I've got a pretty good idea of two people that are probably going to end up getting fired. I don't know. You guys think of anybody?
Difficulty hard. Like, how much do these bonuses need to be that you keep laying these people off? Speaking of Greg Way, but
it's so funny that they still don't understand, like, that it's not about the bonuses. That's not the reason. It's because the games aren't selling. Like, people aren't buying the games because people like this make the games. People play video games to get away from people like this.
Yeah.
Like, they have to deal with this asshole already at their job, and they're playing video games explicitly to get away from this person. And then this person injects themselves into video games because nobody wants to be around somebody like this. It's so obnoxious, right? And so this is what happens. Like when people talk politics in game chat, yeah, well, no. I mean, that's preferable to this.
He laid off hundreds of people last year, while the CEO of the company was apparently spending millions of dollars on old cars. I'll say this, it's rare to see an
Bungie. That's what happened with Bungie.
Executive literally driving a company into the ground.
Yeah.
And we're just getting started, everybody. Yeah. All right? So again, all I want you to do is just strap in. Because it's been a rough year. It's been a rough year for everybody out there.
It's going to keep getting worse, too, by the way.
Yeah. It's
because
definitely going to keep getting worse.
Up and they've
people don't want to buy your games.
They can autistically screech loud enough and destroy an entire game studio. And now that the taste of that power has been felt, there's no going back.
Pretty much. We already know.
We've seen it happen, and we will make it happen again. With pleasure.
Right? And it's only going to get worse. Wait. Cheers to Shuhei. Cheers to you, Sel.
Cheers.
What is this? Drinking alcohol. Wow.
Just going to put that.
It's its own shut. It's all cheap suit.
Yeah. Well, so speaking on that topic, I mean, the news has been really crazy. Look at Ubisoft. They got layoffs, they got scandals, they got hostile takeover threats. I mean, seriously, imagine if their games were that exciting.
Oh my God. They would be doing so much
So the first good joke is by the girl that's not the person who works at the company called Kinda Funny. What am I surprised by?
That's kind of funny.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So much better.
Yeah, and on top of that, GameStop shut down Game Informer.
And that one really hurt. I can't believe that. Of course, Game Informer was the best part of GameStop.
Yeah.
Yeah, now unfortunately, the best part about a GameStop is leaving the GameStop.
Walking out, yeah.
Yeah.
That one was flat. Okay.
Cheese balls. Cheese balls, motherfuckers. Come on. Who? B War? Oh, yeah, whatever.
Build custom industrial machines in days. Design your machine in the simplest online CAD.
Okay, 6 minutes till the print's done, and then I could start designing the roses.
Minutes. Program and simulate your machine directly in your browser. Build a broad range of equipment, no matter the complexity. Upon completing your design, review your bill of materials. Select shipping options and order. Receive your part kit within days. Assemble your machine using a single tool from beginning to end. Simple, quick, and efficient. Design your machine today. Receive it tomorrow.
That's cool.
Turn your love of matcha muffins into money. Start selling your digital creations on Shopify.
Hey everybody, it's Kevin from 3D Printed Props, and in today's video, we are going to be taking this incredible Red Hood helmet from Villainous Prop Shops through all the steps that you need to do to get it so it is super smooth and ready for paint. Takes a little bit of time, but it is totally worth it. Let's get started. Okay, so anytime you either buy a helmet or you print a helmet yourself and you're using traditional FDM printing, you know, spools of filament, it is going to have layer lines. It's just the nature of the beast. It's how the technology works. Now, this helmet from Villainous Prop Shop is crazy smooth. It is so dialed in. The layer lines are just so minimal. It is going to take very little to get this thing ready for print, but we still have to do the work to make it look really good. Now, how do we do that? First thing we're going to need to do is we are going to need to sand it. So these are some of the supplies you're going to need to do that. So right off the bat, you want to have a mask. You are sanding plastic into very, very fine bits, into a dust. You don't want to be breathing it in, so do everything with a mask on. Very, very important. So what types of sandpaper do you need? Now, when I do any of my helmets, I usually will start out at a rougher sandpaper and then work my way up. It's how you do most sanding, and I usually start at a 120. I find the 120 does a really good job of knocking down the layer lines and really starting to rough that up so we can smooth it as we go. Now, of course, you're just going to then go up in the numbers. Of course, the higher the number you get, the finer the sandpaper and the finer the finish. So then I'll go to a 220. Then I bump it to a 320. Go over the whole thing again. This is why this takes time, because you do the whole helmet or the whole prop in one grit, and then over and over again the same thing. Then I will jump up to a 400. Same thing, everything. And then after that, I will usually have to do some filling, maybe tiny cracks or some layer lines that I couldn't get rid of. Again, all helmets are going to have that. And for that, I will usually use this Bondo glazing putty. I find this to be a really good material to use. It fills really well. It sands really, really well. You can also use wood putty, believe it or not. I just like this stuff. I like how it's in a tube. It doesn't dry out because you've got a cap as long as you don't lose it. Put that back on and you're set. And then after I use the glazing putty, I'll of course have to sand that again, and I'll sand that with a 400, and then I'll sand that with a 600. Then I will wash the print in soap and water, let it dry, and then I will wet sand that with a 1200 or 2000 grit. Wash it, let it dry, and then it's ready for paint. So let's work through all those steps in this video so I can show you step by step how to go through the process. Okay, first things first, do not forget to put your mask on, and then we are going to start sanding with a 120 grit sandpaper. Again, the coarser grit to really help knock those lines down. Now I've wrapped the sandpaper around a sponge. It helps me have a better hold of it because you're going to be doing a lot of sanding. So if we take a look here, we can see that the layer lines, they're still...
We don't need the cars. We don't need their lumber. We have massive fields of lumber. We don't need their lumber. We have to unrestrict them because stupid people put, you know, restrictions on, but I can do that with an executive order. We don't need anything they have. We don't need their dairy products. We have more than they have. We don't need anything. So why are we losing $200 billion a year and more to protect Canada? And I said that to, as I called him, Governor Trudeau. I said, listen, what would happen if we didn't subsidize you, if we didn't, because we give them a lot of money. We help them. As an example, we're buying icebreakers, and Canada wants to join us in the buying of icebreakers. I said, you know, we don't really want to have a partner in the buying of icebreakers. We don't need a partner. But no right. Nope, no right. Here's what we have. We have a right not to help them with their financial difficulties because we owe $36 trillion too. We're going to start knocking it out pretty fast, but we're going to be able to do it because of energy.
My new pets are inside this can.
These are Marimo moss balls, and they're actually not moss, but algae, which makes them the perfect pet for a small Japanese apartment like mine.
Oh, he is a big boy.
Plus a year. Our military is at their
And for all the
disposal.
people that
All of
thought
these
I would
other
kill
things,
my other ones,
they should
no,
be
they're
asleep.
alive, they're
That's what I
thriving.
told
Try
Fidel when
again.
he came
I'm
down.
a
I
good
said,
mother.
what would
Now
happen
these
if we
guys are
didn't do
usually
it?
found at the bottom of lakes
Canada
and
would
require no
dissolve.
oxygen, so I
Canada
think
wouldn't
this
be
jar will do
able
the
to
trick.
function.
The wildest thing
If we
is that
didn't take
Maury
that
milk can live
20% of
hundreds
our
of
car
years
farm.
and have a chance of carrying invasive zebra mussels, so don't
hundreds
throw
of
these down your
thousands
drain.
of
I think they sent me the wrong order because they gave me extra
send us
for
a lot of
free.
other things
And
that we
here
don't
she
need. We don't need
is,
their
my
cars, and we
immortal
don't need the
Maury
other
Mobile
products. We don't need their
army.
milk.
My new
We
pets
got a
are
lot of milk. We got a lot of everything. And we don't.
We got a lot of everything. Whatever, dude. Jesus Christ. I should get out and walk around today. It's a nice day. Oh yeah. What is this?
Oh my god. Oh my gosh, need his inhaler. He's having an asthma attack.
What? Where is it?
It's in the back. Hurry up. Go.
All right, I'm going. I got it. I got it.
Good one, Lindsay.
Ha ha ha. Very funny. Open up.
I knew you were lying. Yeah, we're just friends. Yeah, right. You're just using us to suck up to our mama.
What?
Yeah, you're just a dirty, horny sex man like all the others. Nasty man. You're nasty bad man.
Look, I tried to do your mama a favor, you little booger.
You probably want to kiss her, don't you?
Look, off the glass. Off the glass. And you, open this door.
You forgot the magic word.
Open this door.
Ooh, you just swore again. Lindsay, he just swore again.
So what? Hey, I'm not playing with you.
You can't make us do anything.
Hey, this is my car. You hear me, little girl? This is my car. You bet not. Look at me. I'm serious. I'm not playing with you, little girl. Okay? Now, if you don't open that door before I count to 3, somebody gonna get it. 1, 2, 3.
Damn.
Where did he go?
You can't be doing that. Oh no.
That man's setting a bad example for them kids.
Yeah.
Now that's frontier justice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how you do it. Nah, you can't do that. You get some charges. Oh, I gotta change the. I gotta update the print. We're gonna print out. This one's good.
I can't believe my Prince
Grab the print.
Charming
Hold
is
on.
taking his princess to Disney World. In first class, no less. I'm so glad I persuaded you to upgrade our tickets.
Uh-huh. Baby gets what baby wants.
Melvin, don't pinch me. I dare not wake up. Our dream of going to Disney World as a couple is only hours away, my love.
All right, folks. We're about halfway to our destination to beautiful Orlando, Florida. Local temperature is 85 degrees and clear skies. Perfect for any travelers going to Disney World.
Too much Mulan Mushu pork at the airport. I'll be right back.
It's not Mulan, it's just Panda Express, Jasmine.
Out of my way.
Alright, I'm gonna load up a printer for a new
Oh, God. Should have brought more pads.
Looks like
gotta do the
roadkill in
red.
there. Ugh. Smells like a roll of pennies. I've got a heavy flow. Nemo. Where are you? Where the fuck are you, Nemo? Oh, there he is. Okay, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Are you all right?
I can't go back. I won't go back.
To Disney World?
Oh
my God! Is there a doctor on the plane? It's gonna be okay. Is there a doctor on the plane? We have a medical emergency. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to a medical emergency, we're going to have to land in Kansas City. We appreciate your patience. Sit back and relax. We'll be landing soon.
Land early? Like this plane landed? We have to land this plane early? We're not going to Disney World? What? No! No! Classic Jerry. You ruined this for all of us. Land a plane? I want to go to Disney.
Darn. Yeah. I wish there was a way we could keep going, but looks like that's what we have to do in this type of situation, baby. Oh well.
Is that what you really wish? That we can go to Disney World right now? Because I can do that for you, Melvin. Oh, I can do it for you.
Yeah, that'd be great, but
Well, you're lucky that you're dating a fairy godmother, because your wish is granted. I'm sorry, but my Prince Charming doesn't want this plane to land, so go tell the pilots that we're not landing the plane.
Lady, Jesus Christ, just sit down!
Don't talk to her like that! She's right! We want Disney! Take me to Disney!
Are you okay? Bro, can you tell your girl to sit down? She's been exhausting this whole flight.
Alright, I gotta throw the prints in.
What a goofy thing to say!
Gorge. What the fuck is this?
Goofy, look at me! Look at me, Goofy! That's right! Who's your favorite character? My favorite character?
We need one more.
It's gotta be Dory! Would you like to become Dory?
Said
Yes.
8 of these.
Oh my God, yes! Yes!
No, I don't want to save the project.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Can you tell the pilot not to land the plane and to continue to Disney World?
Okay, we're gonna do silk.
Jasmine.
P.
Why don't you let me tell the pilot? The least I can do. Aw, how
Nibble
sweet.
sport.
My Prince Charming coming to save the day. That's so nice of
We're
you.
gonna delete these right here.
And one more thing. No funny
And I
business.
need copies of this.
Hi, come on, everyone. Time to separate the real Disney fans from the fakers. Now who's ready for Disney World?
seems to be a little commotion back there.
My girlfriend says we can't land the plane.
Oh, Disney adults! They've taken over the plane!
I'm slicing the file because I'm gonna go print one out. Give me a second.
My God, not again. When will they learn not to let those monsters on a plane? Keep them on the cruise lines, damn it! God! Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to experience some rough air on our flight to Orlando. The seatbelt sign has been turned on. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Damn it! It appears all is lost.
I didn't even know the wand was magic.
Oh no, I don't want
tried
these.
breaking up with her,
I
but
want
she
to do
just
tree.
wave it around, and I don't know. I felt bad. So.
Wait. What if you tried breaking the wand? And that got rid of her magic powers or something? I mean, that could save all the passengers, right?
Me? Take her wand?
No. I can't even break up with her. I can't
break the wand, then you can break her heart.
The sooner you destroy that wand, the sooner we can take back control of the plane. Please, passengers are in danger.
You're our only chance of surviving
9 hours.
these Disney freaks.
All right. We're gonna start this one.
Water. I need water.
Holy shit. Oh, there we are. Yo. I ads WSP can send a YouTube video. What you say? Can I though? Maybe. What up? How you doing, son? Sincere.
Donald! I want to be Donald Duck, please! Please!
Your wish is my command! My prince, would you mind holding this? These mini panties are a bit too many if you catch my drift. You've been poking and prodding all morning.
God dang. Get in there. Old pussy's playing Hungry Hippos with my panties.
Quick, bring it now!
Huh? Why did you do that? To get rid of your magic powers? Melvin, I don't need a silly wand for my powers. I can use them whenever I want.
Yeah, I don't know. Send it, I guess.
You see, when I was 3 years old, they kidnapped me while my mom and dad were riding Space Mountain, taking me to a dark room, some flashing lights and tubes and liquids, and I don't remember it all too terribly well. All I know is that it was pretty magical.
It's in the title.
And before I knew it, I was back with my parents. But you see, I was blessed. I was chosen by Disney.
Oh.
Oh, what's this? You dropped something. Don't worry, I'll get it.
Be with you, the Force may be.
Oh, the Force is female! The Force is female!
Oh, is that a little love letter for me? Let me read it. Do you really mean this, Melvin? Is this really what you want?
I don't know. Yes, or maybe. Yeah.
Well, why don't you just read it so
Me Cannon uploaded a new video. Oh, he did?
point in keeping secrets.
Yeah, we should check it out.
Jasmine, will...
I've already seen this one, but it's brutal. It's brutal. Let's see. Videos. Oh, the Ozempic? Ozempic? Yeah, I seen that one yesterday. I haven't seen this one, though. Who's David Dobrik's? Oh, is that the vampire guy?
Beep, beep, excavator, hold on tight. Heavy machinery at work here. Whee! No! Oh no!
Hold on, we got to figure out who David Dobrik is again. I think it's that. Is he talking about that vampire guy? David. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Oh, all right. Yeah. The YouTuber, the fall off YouTuber.
No. Ah, dang it. Oh. Hello?
Did you drop this?
David Dobrik? I haven't seen you in years.
Yeah.
So you've just been down here, huh? It smells.
No. I've been traveling the world with my friends having a great time. Look.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Okay.
Also, look at this. Look at that. I'm a totally new person, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Totally.
I see you lost some weight. That's cool.
I mean, I used to be a fat piece of shit, but I'm a changed man, right? I'm totally different, right?
Yeah.
Right? Say I'm different. Say I'm different.
Say I'm different.
I mean, don't you think I'm a changed man? I'm a new person. Look, I'm different. I'm physically different. I'm different, right?
I mean, you know, David, not everyone's perfect, and I mean, we all make mistakes. If you're down here and feel guilty about something, I mean, you know you could come out and just admit it, right? Sitting down here in this sewer and showing kids your vlogs and your abs just, I don't know, just feels like you're avoiding something. You know what I mean, David?
Yeah.
I don't know, you've been down here a while, just, it's kind of weird.
It's kind of
I'm a
weird.
totally changed person. Right? I'm a totally changed person.
I don't even recognize him.
He's a totally new person. I don't even remember who he was. He's so changed now. I mean, don't you want your toy back? And a free Tesla.
I don't really care about the Tesla. I'm 9, but sure, I'll take the toy.
Let me grab it. Grab it.
What the fuck? Oh shit. Holy crap, that was creepy as fuck, dude. Oh my god.
Beep, beep,
Holy shit. Wow. Oh. No way. I don't think I haven't seen that. Where's his actual, like, his, like, commentary? Is this it? Oh, yeah, this is it. I was wanting to look at it. It's Papa Meat. Meat Cannon is the videos, and then Papa Meats is the... Oh, I understand. That's fine. The following content may contain suicide or self-harm topics. Viewer discretion is advised. Well, should it all be 18 and older in here? So, everybody's been advised. Oh, what the hell? It won't let me view it. I wonder why. Hold on, let me pull it. I'll pull it up on Edge.
Turn your musical masterpiece into money. Start selling your digital creations on Shopify.
Are you really the last person to find out about this Skip Ads Forever button? This is Pi, and if it sounds familiar to you, it's probably because you've seen their ads everywhere, especially this one. It's a free Chrome extension that blocks ads basically everywhere else you go online. And no, it's not one of those sketchy ad blockers that like steals your data and installs malware. They even have a rewards program that pays you to see ads. Like they're literally throwing pity money at us for having to scroll through ads. So nice of them. Okay.
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on in and sit on down because today we're talking about celebrity stalkers. Now, Nick, I might not be a celebrity, but I've had my fair share of stalking, all right? I've had weird messages before, but I would say I've never experienced anything to this scale, and this isn't a welcome sign for people to start. I'm just saying that this is what we're talking about. Don't do this to me, please. You know, love is always in the air, right? We just had Valentine's Day, and now it's time to snuggle up and thinking about how love can be harmful. Love is a very dangerous drug, my friends. But to be driven so far to stalk someone that the love can know no bounds, they have to love me, or they don't know it yet, but they do love me, is something so horrifying. So today we want to go over some very fun stalking stories. I am inside your home. First, we're going to talk about celebrity stalkers. You know, in the age of intense parasocial behavior, people will sometimes go to great lengths to meddle with the lives of the people they consume online. Sometimes, obsessed fans simply want to meet them. For others, however, things can take a much, much darker turn. Such as a streamer who got their car set on fire. We're going to start light. Like how this is us starting light. This is our entryway. A streamer's car getting set on fire. Come on in. Welcome to the stock zone. A streamer named Kylie Carter, also known as Just Foxy, was enjoying a vacation away when she received a phone call from her mother at 2 a.m. 1 hour later, it might have been a demon. In tears, her mother explained that someone had set her car on fire and that the police were on their way to investigate the situation. Upon inspecting the footage from her security camera, she saw that her car was damaged beyond repair. If you look at the photos here, it is absolutely fucked.
You can buff that out.
Yeah, you know, you take it to the shop and just like, this is something I think we can save. We can probably restore this. Rewinding to the day of the crime, she saw a masked man calmly starting the fire before leaving the scene. He was later identified as 28-year-old man Farham Jami, who was suspected to be a viewer of her live streams, and it turns out that this person had traveled 700 miles from his home in New York to commit this crime. That's like a 10-hour drive, but only an hour and a half plane ride, so it's like, it's not the craziest thing. The fire had hopped from the car to her house, almost burning it down with her animals inside. Luckily, firefighters got there just in time to put out the flames, and the man was ultimately arrested. Yeah, it's horrible. Don't be wrong, Just Foxy, glad nothing happened. Or, I mean, your car's gone. Sorry about that. But I guess what I mean is no one was seriously hurt. A psychopath was arrested.
That's crazy. I don't know why. Why? For what? For what? Why?
Thank God. Could have been a lot worse. This is what I mean by the entryway of stuff, because these stories get much, much darker, my friends, such as the Miranda Cosgrove stalker. Miranda Cosgrove, who you might know from iCarly and all that shit, told the story of how she was aggressively targeted by an obsessive stalker in 2016. She was living in LA at the time and had no idea that she was being stalked. How many people do you think know that they're being stalked? How long do you think it takes until you realize you're being stalked?
Too late, when they have a knife up against your throat.
That wasn't dark.
Like, I guess suspicion. I wonder what the signs of stalking are. Editor, if there's signs of stalking to where we could warn our viewers here, roll that clip! So, you know, look out for that stuff. Yeah, I know there's going to be some people who are like, that's just what my boyfriend does. I'm like, cool. Yeah, that's weird. That's what I do to this girl I really like. Mm-hmm.
That's me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's everyone here at the Meat Canyon Studios. I don't know. I like this girl, but I'm afraid to talk to her, so I just follow her home. I just want her to get home safe. Those are the kind of people, too, that see Nosferatu, and they're just like, dude, Count Orlok's kind of a baddie. Count Orlok's got that Riz game.
There was a lot of girls simping for Orlok.
Oh, I know, dude. He traveled the world for her. I'm like, Yeah. Her boyfriend's next to him, just like tweaking and shit. He's just like, I'm gonna die. He's like, he's fine. I'm gonna fix him. I can fix him. He loves me. That kind of shit.
It's true. You can fix them.
Okay. Anyways, back to Miranda Cosgrove. iCarly. One night, after going through a bad breakup, she decided to stay the night at a friend's house just for a little support, right? Her boo thing, her boy toy broke up with her, and she's just like, I need a fucking girls' night, dude. I'm staying at your house. We're gonna eat Haagen-Dazs, and we're gonna chat it up.
Wait, do you think the stalker knew she broke up, and that's like, this is my chance?
No, I think, well, as the story progresses, I think that it was just, it makes me believe in God almost. All right, how the story? I'll go into it because that night, the night where she broke up with her boo thing, or a boo thing broke up with her, and she was eating Haagen-Dazs, and she's like, I'm gonna stay over here. We're gonna watch Legend of Bagger Vance. Remember that movie?
I don't have no idea what that
You've never seen Legend of Bagger Vance? It's a golf movie with Shia LaBeouf and Will Smith.
Okay.
Or Matt Damon. I'm pretty sure.
I've seen the Shia LaBeouf one where he's like the caddy boy, right?
Yeah, okay, it's Matt Damon. Matt Damon, Charlize Theron, and Will Smith.
Yeah.
Anyways, what's crazy is that night that she went to do that, her stalker had made his
Let
way
me,
onto
I gotta do
her
a video real
front
quick.
yard, where he proceeded to light himself on fire before fatally shooting himself and dying on the property. That night! If that's not divine intervention, then I don't know what is.
Wait! Today's episode is sponsored by Fume, the leaders in flavored air. Breaking up with your bad habits can be a hard thing to do, so let Fume help with that. Sometimes the best way to get over something is to find a replacement. And Fume is an award-winning flavored air device that helps fill the void when you're ditching a bad habit. The best part is, Fume is not vape. There's no vapor, which means you can use it anywhere. And they just launched their new flavors, Spearmint Ice and Cinnamon Heart, to keep your company while you're building better habits. Plus, there's no nicotine, no toxic flavors, and no batteries involved. Fume also helps you calm down. With satisfying snaps and clicks, Fume is the perfect partner when you're feeling anxious. Fume has already helped over 300,000 people build better habits. Try Fume today. And if you order the Journey Pack, now using my code PAPAMeat, you'll get a free Fume topper and awesome accessory to help level up your experience. Go to tryfume.com/PapaMeat or scan the QR code on screen. Thank you to Fume for sponsoring this episode, and back to the episode.
Do you think she called her ex-boyfriend and thanked him?
You don't even realize what people are doing to me. I'm a catch, that kind of thing. And what's even crazier is you think that the guy just went there and you hear the story and you're like, oh, a huge iCarly and Drake and Josh fan and School of Rock fan and blew his brains out in the front yard and let himself on fire. It could have ended there. But after reviewing the camera footage, it was revealed that this man had paid a visit to her home previously. They say the man buried random objects in her yard, like knives, rope, and a lunchbox containing milk chocolate. And on the night the man took his life, he was seen in a long trench coat, pacing around her yard for 6 hours with a gun in his hand, waiting for her to come back home. And then luckily, he put a gun in his mouth and blew his brains out and lit himself on fire. I mean, seriously, thank God that whatever Damon was talking to him, they're just like, fuck, we don't have time, just kill yourself. There's more fish in the sea, bro, down here in hell, come on. And during this time, a woman driving past the property was shot at 6 times by the guy, the stalker, who believed the driver was Miranda Cosgrove. Miranda! She's like a girl in a parade. Yeah, it's the ending of Invasion of Body Snatchers. That kind of thing.
Shit.
Just some girl in a Prius.
Taxes was taxing. Now taxes is relaxing when you file for free.
I can file for free? TurboTax Free Edition. 37% of filers qualify. Simple Form 1040 returns only. See if you qualify at turbotax.com/free. I can file for free.
Now this is taxes. File for free with TurboTax Free Edition and get the most money back guaranteed.
Yeah, let's skip that.
The woman was not harmed and later met the actress at a charity event and told her what had happened. Wow. Hey, I was shot at by your stalker. She's like, what?
I want to know the time frame too.
I feel like you gotta preface that before you come up. You know what I mean? If you're just like, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. She's just like, your stalker shot at me. I'm totally fine. Because to me, that's like, you got some mental damage. And she's just like, by the way, he told me to send his regards. She's like, what? Pulls out like a Miranda Cosgrove admits that this event made her fearful to be alone in her own home, resulting in her often visiting friends and family out of fear of her safety. Of course, dude. Of course. My aunt, when she was like 12, I think, someone broke into her house like while they were sleeping and they woke up. And then for like 3 years, she had like horrible insomnia and nightmares. Like that that trauma of that, of nothing even happening. If you wake up and someone's like, someone was in our house last night, so horrified to sleep at night and like suspicious and paranoia. So to have this happen to you, so targeted, there's no fucking way. Also, I would move. I would move out of that city. If I had the means and stuff, if I'm fucking Miranda Cosgrove, I am getting the fuck out of there. 100%, dude. You think that's the last iCarly fan in LA, bro? Nah. Or we can go to another celebrity like J-Lo. Everyone loves J-Lo. J-Lo stalker who camps in her home for a week. A stalker who was camping in her home for a week.
There's no way.
Little vacation.
Little vacation. We're gonna get to non-celebrity stuff too, but whenever I hear these stories, it's fucked up sometimes because I'm like, oh, thank God I'm not that famous. You know what I mean?
Not yet.
A lot of weirdos out there. You know what I mean? But in 2013, Jennifer Lopez discovered that one of her obsessive stalkers was living in her $10 million property for 6 days straight.
Was she in the house?
She would have had to been, right? The stalker's name was John Dubras, a 49-year-old retired firefighter who was in love with J-Lo and believed that they were meant to be. He would make odd posts on Facebook about his love for her, attaching strange images to them. You know, we see him here. He kind of looks... It's interesting how people can just look the part. You know what he kind of looks like? He looks like Jeremiah Sands from Mandy. That's what he reminds me of. Also, the amount of people who believe that they're dating celebrities online is crazy. Like schizophrenic people who are like, yep, me and... Billie Eilish. Me and Ariana Grande are in love. She's busy with work. Like that. And people fully believe it, dude. It's fucking crazy.
Me and Elphaba, we're dating.
Yeah, me and Elphaba, yeah. Flying around their house. The person's like tied up. Defying gravity. But anyways, this all accumulated in him driving to her home, somehow parking his car in front of the property without security guards noticing him. A $10 million property. How the f did he do that?
Behind a little bush. He just pulled up.
Yeah, he's in a Toyota Camry and it's just wrapped in twigs and leaves and he's just like blasting J-Lo's music. I'm still Jenny from the block. He's like... He took refuge in J-Lo's pool shed at first, sleeping on the couch and sneaking around to explore the property for 6 days straight. This property here, I could believe that. Look how wide open that is.
I'm guessing, yeah, that pool house too. It's got like the little...
The pool house is so far away too. It's not like it's in some cramped suburban neighborhood or whatever. This is like, it looks like an East Coast property or something. During that time, he would take photos of himself on the property and upload it to social media, pretending he was a man named David A. Lopez, who was her supposed divorced husband, which also I like. He's just like, if I pretend to be her divorced husband, it'll make sense why I'm here. It's like if my dad went up to me, he's like, I'm in your mom's house. I'm like, what the f are you doing there, dude? Get out of there. Most of the time was spent lounging around, right? He was just making himself at home. He was cleaning up parts of the properties and uploading strange photos. Really, him documenting was just the strangest part of the story. And of course, you know, he was masturbating in the yard, right? We have to put that in there because he was. He was taking strange photos. Was he taking pictures of him beating off in the yard? I don't know.
Probably.
Maybe. But according to the stalker, he did so because he believed J-Lo wanted him to, quote, spread his seed throughout the world.
So he's going to spread it on the lawn.
Miracle Grow. Neighbors noticed him wandering around with probably with a fucking hard cock beating off. They're like, hey, there's a guy beating off in our neighbor's yard. I can't even imagine what I'd do if I walk outside and I just saw a guy beating off and like coming on the grass. How would you process? Would you even intervene? I feel like I'd
call the cops.
Oh, that's true. I was literally getting ready to say, I'd probably just be like shut my blinds. I don't know what's going on. I don't want to get in the middle of things. Neighbors noticed him wandering around, but let him be, thinking he was a security guard. J-Lo with her security guards who are hard all the time. It's like old money. These people. I don't want to pry. Probably because they have like a fucking opium den in their basement and whatever. Probably have some people chained up down there and they're just like, don't get involved. I have a feeling that like a lot of like super rich people, they have that kind of shit, dude. We have 4 Dominican girls in our basement. Let's go out on the yacht for a couple of days. Let the heat cool down. I thought almost it's perfect to do a crime in a... we should not. I'm not going to talk about... I don't know where I'm going with this. Eventually, the guards found and confronted him, and police arrived investigating his car to find out that he was writing bizarre letters to celebrities, including Barack Obama.
He wanted to spread his seed to Barack.
Change. He was arrested and given a psychiatric evaluation, and soon after, when he was out of jail, he began calling J-Lo's mother, claiming to be her son, which landed him right back in prison and charged with stalking and burglary. I wonder how long he was actually in jail for. Or was his psychic evaluation so bad that they're just like, he's a fucking...
Well, he would be in a loony bin. They put him in...
Well, that's what you think, but I don't think like the asylums like that work anymore. I think it's like more so you get medically evaluated, then you're cleared, and then you can go back out or something. Or mentally evaluated, I want to say. We need to have it be a bit more severe here, right? We got to keep raising raising the bar. But also, this is where it gets kind of serious, so not going to be doing a lot of jack-off jokes during this part. Just want to say that. Because Rebecca Schaefer was shot by her stalker. Rebecca Schaefer was an American actress that tragically lost her life after being murdered on her front doorstep. Jesus Christ, dude. Before her abrupt death in 1989, her career was taking off. It seemed that her rise to stardom grabbed the attention of Robert John Bardo, a 19-year-old man that was enamored with the young actress after seeing her on TV while in high school. For 3 years, he would send her gifts like stuffed animals and letters. Schaefer was appreciative of the support and decided to respond kindly to one of them.
Mistake.
That's the fucking biggest mistake you could ever do. See, that's the thing too, even like with things online where it's like creepy fucking people online. You're so beautiful, I love you. Even if you're like, oh my God, thank you.
With a little heart?
Yeah, oh my God, thank you. Exclamation point. She loves me. As soon as you respond, they're going to take it however way they're going to take it to perpetuate this fucking mental war zone they have in their head. This flipped a switch in the man's mind, driving him to leave his home and travel to Los Angeles to express his love for her in person. Security officers caught him trying to enter the studio where she worked, bringing along flowers and a teddy bear, and the chief of security told LA Times, quote, I thought he was just lovesick, which I think he was. He was terribly insistent on being let in. Rebecca Schaefer was every other word. I gotta see her. I love her. If I could just see her for 1 minute. My God, dude. Do you think that they tell her that? This guy showed up. Like that, you know what I mean?
Oh, I think so. They probably would be like, hey, there's someone. I mean,
Well, I mean, I forgot. They're like, if it's clearly, well, because do they look at it like a crazed fan? And they're just like, don't bother with it.
Oh.
I don't want to freak her out.
Maybe.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I wonder how much people are actually let in on like the weird shit that happens. But he was denied entrance and drove back home disappointed. He continued watching Schaefer on TV, but was filled with rage after witnessing a scene from The Class Struggle. In the movie, Rebecca Schaefer has a scene where she is in bed with a man.
Grammarly doesn't just help you with polishing your emails, it also lessens the mental load of replying to emails. When you start...
This is it's just one of those things where it's just like, you're cheating on me. It's like, it's my job. It's acting. It's not real. But Bardo was fed up, and he decided he would go the extra mile to finally meet her in person. He paid $300 to a private investigator and eventually acquired her home address. What kind of fucking private investigator takes that gig? I want to know where the celebrity lives. You got it. like what? What? That cannot be legal, right?
Money's money, baby.
Or even just like ethical, like morally.
You can't let these two lovebirds be separated.
Exactly. Well, I can't stand in the way of love. All right, kid, I'll do it. Bardo knocked on her door, and when she answered, he handed her previously written letters and autographed papers to show he was her biggest fan. Schaefer was obviously weirded out, but shook his hand before politely telling him to leave. It's creepy. You know where I live. Thanks for coming. Bye-bye now. You crossed a bridge here. Bardo was furious. Thinking over the interaction at a nearby diner, he came up with an excuse to return to her house, which was to hand her another letter he had forgotten about, as well as a CD. According to Bardo, she was more callous in her response this time. After being told to leave once more, he responded saying, I forgot to give you something, before pulling out a gun and shooting her in the chest. And before she died, the only thing she uttered out to the man was why. Why?
Jesus.
I would be fucking perplexed as well. Are you serious? Hello? Like, what the f? The man was sentenced to life in prison, and the case became so widely known that it ultimately led to the creation of an anti-stalking laws, which passed in California in 1990 before eventually spreading to the entire country. I'm surprised that wasn't sooner.
Oh, yeah.
I guess before it became such a mystique thing, it was so separated. Like nowadays with the internet, everything is so, like, people could find out anything about you. It's horrifying. Horrifying.
Was Lennon killed in America or?
John Lennon?
John
Yeah,
Lennon,
he was shot in New York.
I was gonna say, I'm surprised that wasn't. But I guess was he stalking? He just showed up in front of his house, right?
Well, it's a very famous hotel in New York.
I see.
And people, I guess, would always swarm, be like, oh, that guy, it was more so he read Catcher in the Rye, I think. And that's when he's like, I have to kill John Lennon, versus him being obsessed with him. If anything, I don't know if we go over this one, but it reminds me also, years later in 2004, Pantera, one of my favorite bands, Dimebag was shot on stage.
Dimebag,
That was before people, you could just go to a show and be right up in front of the stage and see the fucking band you love right there, and there wasn't a lot of security, so a guy just came in and shot him to death on stage. Fucking crazy, man. And it's all just because your last band broke up and I'm...
It was a cop that shot Dimebag Darrell.
Upset. And it's like, I mean, like, these people are just completely mentally devoid of any actual cognitive ability to rationalize what they're doing, I guess. Or we could talk about a very infamous one, which I remember, this is one of the first internet videos I ever saw.
Oh, wow.
Seriously. The very infamous Bjork stalker. Ricardo Lopez, known as the Bjork Stalker, is one of the most infamous cases of celebrity stalking ever told. This was a very infamous case. This was also, I think, whenever the internet was just coming around, and really, I feel like one of the first viral cases of like a video being spread around. I was like, I don't know, 32 at that time or something. Internet and everything was just such a new thing in my area, but still. At age 17, he became enamored with the Icelandic artist Bjork, obsessively trying to contact her via handwritten letters whilst researching every last detail about her life. It seemed that there was nothing sexual about his love for the artist, more so that he deeply wished to have an effect on her life in some way, shape, or form. He conveyed these feelings to his family and peers, who were all creeped out, encouraging him to meet a real woman. The idea too, it's like it wasn't even sexually driven, it was just like, I need to make an impact on her life in some way. I don't know why, it just feels so much like alien or something, doesn't it? Like it feels not even human. I mean, don't get me wrong, the sexual side would also be just like horrible as well, but it's just mostly the idea that's just like, you're fixated on like, I need to make an impact. It feels like fucking paranormal almost, some kind, or like,
you know what, maybe my thought is, it's like he's a failed artist, he's depressed, but here's an artist who's successful, and it's like latching on and being like, if I could somehow influence her and her art, that's how
it's
I
like
could...
I failed artistically myself. It's like, in a way, it's vicariously being artistic through someone else is what it is. These feelings of his began to unravel as it was revealed in 1996 that Bjork was dating another artist named Clifford Joseph Price, also known as Goldie. The betrayal, he felt, transitioned into pure rage, and Ricardo felt that he had no choice but to punish her.
He talked all about her, how he liked her, and, you know, once he met her, you know, he couldn't, you know, I'm just gonna have to kill her.
He said he didn't like her.
Well, it's, I mean, like, you know, exactly. I think it's always comes down to a primal thing. I think there's no way to discern that. It's like the same thing of like, it's not even like the person's looks. That's just, I like this personality. But really, it's like all these things are tied up with all this like fucking monkey primal shit where it's like, you know, things are, you're attractive, I'm attracted to you, whatever. Once again, another case. How many of these, almost every case so far has been somebody is in the perception in their head that they are like, we're dating, or like, I'm in love with you and you don't know it yet. And then because they're now dating someone else, that's like the trigger that it sends them over the, you know, over the edge. Because also I feel like it's like you've lost all hope. All hope is lost.
It's the fantasy, and then once they start dating someone,
yeah, it breaks the illusion.
They're supposed to be me.
Yeah, in a way. And at this point, he began a series of videotapes where he documented his journey to an actor's revenge towards Bjork. He would ramble about his love for her, while slowly developing a plan to get his revenge. One of his plans included a hollow-out book that would be programmed to release AIDS, tainted needles he would somehow acquire from a prostitute. This plan was a bust, and he eventually landed on a letter bomb filled with sulfuric acid, which would be mailed to her home in the hopes of either killing her or at least doing irreversible damage. My God. After he sent out this envelope of sulfuric acid, he planned to take his own life at the same time that Bjork would. He tried to line it up.
I'm waiting for, as soon as the manager leaves, I'm going to do it.
Whenever Bjork would open it, they would pretty much die at the same time. And in his final tape, titled Last Day, Ricardo is seen naked with his entire head shaved, painted red and black. Which, if you haven't seen this, this is the video that I saw. This is the video that made it around, whatever. One of the most frightening videos of all time, honestly. He props up a sign behind him labeled, The Best of Me, September 12th. And while listening to Bjork's I Remember You, he tells the camera, this is for you, before shooting himself in the head. I think the goal was to have his blood and brain matter paint the sign behind him, but whenever you watch the video, he shoots himself and it just like oozes out of his mouth. It's, I don't know. I wonder if you probably still find that video.
Oh yeah, I don't
Twitter.
Reckon. That's how I found this
Oh,
story.
you found it on Twitter? Yeah, there you go. I wouldn't recommend looking up it. I mean, it's fucking brutal.
I didn't watch it. I just saw the opening.
This is the last song. After this, I'm done.
I didn't know. Well, I had no idea what it was. You know, I'm just this 30-year-old guy who's like looking at this thing. The internet still fucking new. You're like, what is this? What the hell? His face is all painted. It's creepy. Also, even the Bjork music videos have this like weird style to them. So it's like you have this guy here, you have the Bjork music video going on in the background, and then yeah, all of a sudden he does it. It's nothing like a movie. I just want to say that. In movies, it's like instant whatever. It's yeah, whatever. Which a maintenance worker smelled his rotting corpse, which eventually led to police finding his body. They found all of his recorded tapes with the writing on the wall reading, the 8mm tapes are a documentation of a crime, terrorist matter, and they are for the FBI. After watching the tapes and realizing that he had already mailed the bomb, they had to rush to identify the exact address of the video in order to trace and seize the bomb before it did harm to anyone. In an interview, Bjork described the entire incident as incredibly sad, revealing that she struggled to sleep for a week afterwards.
It's just kind of a very sad thing, you know, obviously when somebody shoots their face off, you know. I'm not sure if I'll dream very properly for a while.
Even so, she sent flowers to Ricardo's family. Bjork's a champion, man. It's such a weird area. I feel so bad for these people being completely tormented and like also living in an alternate reality of everyone else. You know, it doesn't take away from any of the crimes that they do or, you know, the tragic things they do. They need to be held totally accountable for that, but it is also tragic. Very, very sad. Pivot that into Taylor Swift, an also giant pop icon, and her many stalkers. I mean, fucking goddamn, dude. Taylor Swift, tons of stalkers. Too many. The price of fame. As you can imagine, Taylor Swift is no stranger to stalkers. I mean, after all, she is the most famous, probably musician in the world, I would say.
Bigger than Michael?
Bigger than Michael Jackson. Yeah. She basically employs more security guards than the president does at this point, but it seems to be because she's in constant danger from creeps and crazy fanatics. I mean, it's the same kind of thing that Michael Jackson did, where it's a kind of fandom that goes past where even the sight of you throws people into hysteria. You can like falling down. It's a god. I mean, she is a new religion, literally. She even admitted to carrying army-grade bandages with her to her shows in the situation where she stabbed or shot on stage, and she has to do a fucking military thing of plugging the hole. I'm guessing is what that is. And here is just a few of these kooky little instances, right? We could talk about in 2018 with Eric Swarbrick, a 26-year-old. Eric Swarbrick, a former client of Taylor's record label at the time, began sending letters to the CEO insisting he introduce him to Taylor Swift. That's fucking crazy. A person on the inside becoming obsessed. I mean, how many famous people does he run through? And to be enamored by this person? Jesus, dude. The letter started rather innocently, but became more and more aggressive over time. 40 letters later, he began to talk in a more violent and sexual nature. He even drove to BMLG in person to deliver the letters personally before being detained and arrested for trespassing. He was relentless, now sending various letters that contained straight up threats, as well as insist he would take his own life in front of the staff. Bit of a weird bargaining chip there. He was arrested and later sentenced to 30 months of prison for stalking. Should it not be longer?
I mean, that's almost 3 years.
I mean, yeah, but you're also saying, hey, I'm going to kill you. 40 times over, he has gone to the place. At what point do they need to be taken more seriously? Is this 3 years of rehabilitation? Is that a long enough time? I don't know.
That's a long time to sit and think.
A long time to sit and steam over something too. I mean, am I wrong?
I don't know. Well, how long do you think they should stay?
I mean, I don't know. If people get life in prison, half a life, 40 years, if you go to that extreme, and it's just like, he's probably going to do it. On some level, should feel attributed to the crime that is going to be committed. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, dude. Come on. The letters are crazy. 3 years. Go ahead.
He probably got out on good behavior.
And it's probably less than 3 years, yeah. I mean, he probably got out on good behavior, and he's just like, I'm fine now. You know what I mean?
Instantly started writing letters.
Yeah, Ice Spice. Or we could talk about Roger Alvarado, who's a 22-year-old in 2019. Roger Alvarado was sentenced to 6 months in prison after breaking into Taylor Swift's $18 million townhouse in Soho. Luckily, Taylor was not home at the time. All right, so this guy, only 6 months for breaking in.
For burglary?
I mean, I'm not even burglary, but like, is he gonna fucking kill her in there? I mean, I don't know. When the police entered the scene, they saw that he not only used her shower, but was sleeping in her bed.
Shopify is a platform that helps entrepreneurs get started down the path they want. Sometimes starting a business can be scary.
He was waiting.
6 months. Am I wrong? I feel like I'm going crazy. You're making me think that these are totally fine.
So this one feels like you're trespassing. You're breaking and entering. So it's like,
and you're waiting.
Yeah, your intentions are dubious.
Yes. After he was arrested, Taylor Swift received an order of protection against him. However, this didn't stop Alvarado. Later that same year, he used a ladder to once again enter her home through the second floor patio door at 2 a.m. He smashed through the window with a concrete block, then rapidly ransacked the place. He was once again charged, partly for violating the order of protection.
See, at that point, send him in longer.
That's what I'm saying. What the fuck is going on, dude? Like, you could send somebody 6 months. Is that enough time for them to lose an obsession?
6 months, no.
Also, pop star. It's not like the amount of times I've seen Taylor Swift, heard Taylor Swift involuntarily just because she's the biggest pop star. Going to a grocery store, hearing it. Brands, all kinds of stuff. Are these not things that are just like re-triggering people's fucking brains to be like, oh, wait, I am actually fucking crazy and obsessed with this person?
Yeah, also, I think, 6 months, just obsessive. When I get out.
Yeah, you okay, buddy, you broke the order of protection. Sleeping in her bed and all that stuff. Sure. We don't know what he was going to do with her. It's like, what the f do you think he was going to do? Or that same year, man, 2019 was a rough year for Taylor. Good Lord. David Page Little, a 32-year-old. People in the neighborhood reported a strange man pacing around Taylor's boatyard. God, she has like a fucking Call of Duty map in her house. When stopped by police, his excuse for being on the property was that they were personal friends and that she was going to help him launch his singing career. It turns out that this man was already on a watch list, which led to his belongings being searched. They found a variety of burglary tools and weapons, which led him to being arrested and forced to take a mental health evaluation. The case was ultimately dismissed. What is happening? What?
I pinky promise I'll never do it again, Your Honor.
All right, I goofed. Like, all right, getting out of here. We talked about a lot of celebrities. I just want to talk about 2 instances of non-celebrity stalkers, because it's not just celebrities that have to deal with creeps. I'm sure there's even viewers that have had to deal with weird stalking situations. Our viewers here. I'm sure there's some of you out there who might have had to deal with it, and it's crazy. You don't have to be a celebrity. You can just be a regular person in the real world that gets attached to one of these leeches. With the rise of everyday people streaming and filming themselves, you end up getting deeper look into how common these actual things are.
Have you seen the video of the Japanese woman going up to those streamers?
Yeah, I've seen that. I forgot that Jake. You see the guy like walking right behind her, and she like has to pretend that they're friends, and the guy is like so close to them still. Like it's very obvious. Like, hey, I'm here with my people, and he's just like standing behind her, waiting. It's fucking horrifying, man. It's not just celebrities that have to deal with these creeps. This is a problem for most people, especially women. Let's be honest, mostly women.
Some guys too.
Yeah, some guys. Okay, not just girls. It's guys too. It's mostly women. Let's be honest. We can talk about some cases, like this case right here. A man who tormented his ex for 5 years. One of my friends, his wife now was basically stalked by her ex for I think 2 years.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
This is way more common than you think, man. It's fucking crazy. But in this case, 35-year-old Christopher Charles Gafford had been in a relationship with a woman for 8 years, even having a child together. After intense physical and emotional abuse, she left and ended all communication with him. He began endlessly trying to contact her, sending increasingly more insane and aggressive messages. And he would send videos of himself. You know, videos and pictures of himself, you know what I mean? And even make serious threats like insisting that he would, quote, rip her parents' heads off and down their necks. Can you imagine getting a pic and all of a sudden he's just like, also, remember, you know your mom Mary? I'm ripping her fucking head off and down her neck. I don't even know how to fucking process that. Just looking. You know what I mean? Like, what? It's like, have you ever seen The Headless Horseman? The Tim Burton movie? Yeah, that's gonna be your parent. You're like, what are you talking about, dude? But this harassment would continue for 5 years straight. The woman and her new husband were constantly afraid for their safety. She would change her phone number up to 10 times in a year. But somehow, he would always find her contact and continue the harassment. And ultimately, she had to get rid of her phone for her own sanity. She couldn't even use her phone, right? Somehow, some way, getting some information. Would the kid maybe give it to him?
I was gonna say he's got a guy on the inside of T-Mobile.
Yeah. She's not switching her data plan, is she? Yeah, does she know the rates? But Gafford then acquired the husband's contact, and the abuse continued. The threats started to become more demented, like how he intended to basically assault their daughter. Gafford was successfully ruining many aspects of their life, even from far away. After enough threats to their local daycare, they decided to expel their daughter to save themselves the headache of putting up with the harassment.
The daycare expelled them?
The daycare is just like, get her out, we're tired of the calls. Which, here's the thing, my knee gut reaction is I'm like, a bunch of pussies, dude. Also, like, way to just like, we don't want her, we can't protect her. But also, I wonder how much of it is them being like, we're getting harassed for the safety of other people. We cannot watch this person. I mean, that's realistically what it is. But my knee gut reaction is I'm just like, cowards. But for the safety of other people, I get it.
How did they not find this guy?
Well, the harassment was now affecting her children's relationship as well as her business. It was at this point that Gafford was taken to court, where he immediately apologized and pleaded guilty to cyber stalking. What a fucking pussy, dude. F that guy. God.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
He told the court, quote,
the things I threatened to do, only a monster would do, and I had no intention of carrying out those threats.
Fuck you, dude. Attention-grabbing son of a bitch. Like, seriously. Because he was previously convicted for physical abuse against the woman, his claim held no weight. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison, after which he would no longer be able to use a computer or access the internet without court approval. See, where is that? With the other places, right? And I'm sure, you know, you say, how do they not know where he's at? I think that it's probably difficult whenever you share a child with somebody. But still, even then, I wonder if the new husband was just like, I'm going to go over there and break this guy's legs. And, you know, the person's just like, no, don't. He's just not right in the head. Because also, if you're with somebody for so long, too, just because they transform into a monster, you don't know the mental tolls and physical tolls that happen between something to where maybe you can shell shock from something.
Yeah, you don't know. People are weird. All right, I'm done.